All right, so we're here at the first property, and this property is almost finished. We're probably, what, 3 to 5 days out?
We're almost done, yeah. No more than a week to finish this property out. The renovation's almost done, and we did everything like we normally do with this property.
Yeah, so we did flooring, paint, baseboards. As you can see, new kitchen, new countertops, new carpet throughout. That's going in next week. This is pretty much rent ready.
Yeah.
Or flip ready.
Either one.
So these two properties we intended to flip. And they're both in the same neighborhood, same subdivision. They're 1,400 square foot single family homes, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 car garage.
Right on the outskirts of Summerlin.
Right, these are ideal to flip. We think we could get top market value if we flipped them, but we also think we could get top market value if we decided to buy them and rent them ourselves.
Right, so that may be an even cooler option where we actually do the flip, but buy it ourselves and keep them, furnish them, and turn them into an awesome rental.
Yeah, I think that the numbers kind of work out where if we bought these two properties for ourselves, the profits from actually buying them off of ourselves would pay for the down payment of buying them ourselves.
Plus the furnishings to actually furnish the entire house.
Plus the furnishings to put these up as fully furnished rentals, and we would cash flow on them, estimated $500 a month. But we really got to get back to the office, do the numbers on them, and show you guys how we kind of decided to make this change. Because remember, we initially thought we were going to flip these.
Right, and then just happened to be creative thinking, coming up with another way to actually add something to our portfolio.
Yeah, that's our goal. Our goal, you know, we've talked many times, and people ask us all the time, how many properties do you keep, or how do you decide to keep these properties? And you know, over the years, we keep kicking ourselves because we didn't buy enough of our own flips.
Right.
And that's one of our main goals right now is 1 or 2 out of every 10 properties that we flip, we possibly just keep for ourselves and put into that long-term portfolio.
I think a lot of other people would probably want to do this too. So let's go ahead and head back to the office, break down the numbers, and show them exactly how to do this.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Okay, so we're gonna dive in deep on some numbers for you guys and show you how we bought these package properties and deciding whether we're gonna flip them or hold them for our own and rent them. So we intended to buy these as flips, and we bought these as a package deal. They're fantastic little properties right outside the Summerlin area here in Las Vegas. So 2 1,400 square foot, newer build homes, and in this floor model and this floor plan, they're easy sales on the flip side. Okay, so let's check out the numbers on this package deal. So property number 1, we bought this property for $223,000. Property number 2, we paid a little bit more for it. We paid $228,000. The reason we got this one for $223,000 was because we thought there was an AC issue. So we asked for a $5,000 credit. They gave it to us, but at the end of the day, we had an HVAC company come out and there was a quick fix. We saved about $5,000 on that. So big bonus here. Remodel costs on both properties, $25,000. ARV, so with the appreciation in the market, our initial estimate of ARV on these two properties was $300,000 a piece. Now that the market has skyrocketed and appreciation has helped us out immensely on these deals, we're actually going to do both of them for $325,000. It's very hard right now to find a property under $325,000 in this condition, in this area of town, in this market. It's not easy to find. I think we could get that within 1 day on market. So after it's all said and done, we bought the properties for about $223,000, remodel cost $25,000, ARV $325,000, profit margin a little bit different on both. On the $223,000 one, it's quite high. If we sold this at $325,000, profit margin is going to be about $50,000. Profit margin on the one we paid $5,000 more for, of course, $45,000. So in this package deal, we're going to be at about $95,000 in total profits. That is an awesome number for 2 properties at this price point. This is why the market has treated us so well in 2021. But Jesse's going to explain to you now the little shift we made with these two because of what the market's done.
So just like Landon said, we did buy these properties as flips, and they're both doing really well, as you can see from the $95,000 total profit we're making with the 2. But what we want to do to get super creative is actually buy them from ourselves using traditional financing with 10% down so that we can actually own them in our rental portfolio and keep them and make passive income. So let's go over property 1 and 2 and how we're going to use the profits to do exactly that. Property 1, as he stated before, we're going to make $50,000 profit. Property 2, we're only going to make $45,000 profit. Still very good. Now, the way we use that profit is how we get super creative. We're going to use this $50,000 that we got on property 1 to go ahead and cover our down payment plus our furnishing expense. Now, our down payment on a $325,000 sale is going to be $32,500. Same thing over here. We're going to purchase it for the same price since it's the same model match property. Our down payment's going to be the same, $32,500. We estimate with the amount of bedrooms, living space, and other things we need to actually make it a fully furnished rental, it's going to cost us about $10,000 a piece. Now what you can see from here is we have $50,000 to cover these expenses. So what that means at the end of the day, with this property, where we made a little bit more, is we're actually going to make some profit on this one. So this comes out to $42,500. So we're actually going to be making $7,500 profit at the end of the day with this one. This one comes out to $42,500 as well, but we only made $45,000, so we actually only have $2,500 profit with this one. Pretty cool how we actually took the flip profits and covered all the expenses in creating a rental. Now let's get Landon back up here and show you guys how that rent cash flows.
Cool. Now that we've gone through the 2 calculations of how we're going to profit on the deals, what the numbers look like for us purchasing the deals, and now that we technically own these properties, we're going to look at how much we cash flow.
Cool. So let's start out with what our mortgage is going to be when we use traditional financing, 10% down, at a $325,000 purchase price.
Yeah, so I'm estimating that the mortgage on this is going to be give or take $1,500 a month.
Okay, so we're at about $1,500 per month for each one.
For each one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, traditional rents on these would get about $2,000 a month in my estimate, being that they're fully rehabbed and the rental demand's super high.
Which is great.
It's
but
awesome.
If we go ahead and furnish them, I think we could probably get 10 to 20% more than the $2,000. So that means maybe $2,200, $2,300, $2,400, maybe even $2,500.
I think these are $2,500 a month fully furnished rentals. It's a method that we've been using lately. It's super successful. We gotta run with it.
I'm super excited to run with it.
Cool. So the difference here, without taking into account the little miscellaneous details of utilities and maintenance fees and vacancy fees, we're estimating that our monthly cash flow is going to be give or take $1,000 a month for each property.
That's huge. Not only the fact that now we're going to own 2 assets that are going to continue to appreciate and let tenants pay down our mortgage, we're also going to be making $2,000 a month combined, and we did all of this with no money out of pocket.
No money out of pocket other than the initial rehab purchase numbers that we use. But that's what it takes to invest. We're going to profit on these. We're making $9,000 buying 2 cash flowing assets. So basically we turned our initial investment into $650,000 worth of real estate and $2,000 a month in cash flow. Doesn't get much better than that. So another reason we're deciding to start buying more properties and buying more of our own flips just like this is not only for cash flow purposes, but it's also hugely beneficial with taxes.
Absolutely. It might be hard to walk away from what we showed you earlier, $95,000 profit, but we're really not walking away. We're actually making a much better decision because we're now going to own 2 rentals, and combined, we're going to take first year bonus depreciation on both rentals, which if you do the math is about $60,000 each in the first year. So we're not losing $95,000, we're actually saving $120,000.
Jeez. So doing that on an annual basis, when you're cash flowing with your investment business that much, you have to do something that offsets the taxes. Buying rentals and buying real estate is one of the best ways to do it.
100%. If you guys want to learn to do this, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions about how we did it, drop us a comment below.
And until then, we'll see you on the flip side.